This recording video.
Good evening, welcome to Magazine. My name is Pedro Villalba. Today we have with us two Dayan Sanchez, Diego Cáceres, and Estefany Valencia. The thematic today is the attack that occurred September 11, 2001, where groups terrorists kidnapped two airplanes for crashing in the Tawin Tower. We speak that over event attacks have American overcome the 9/11 event? I believe that yes, but later very much time so to stored in the memories the Americans because it was very tragic and painful in the that were died more in the thousand peoples. Were Americans still concerned about terrorist threat? I think about because the government takes safety measures the measurements to guarantee the security and the tranquility of the Americans. However, Muslim and American life changed after the 9/11 event. I consider that the Muslims were with the racism and xenophobia. They were all subjected to the constant violent attacks at the under arrest. The commerce were broken because of all safety measures were articulated the right for the airport. So later more to arrive wherever was the merchanting were increasing considerably the price. The attack the September 11, 2001 were success that marked forever the life the American and they never forgotten. So where some people suffer psychology illness and respiratory illness. Also, some people suffer because the asbestos and particles, the dots. The Americans to try remember all the success was the happened September 11 of 2001 for not forgetting there are moments that dolorous and tragic also for the trees was the suicide. What is the American government doing to reduce the threats feelings of the community? On contrary, the government incentive most the residents and the American were violent with the immigrants and Muslims, so create the environment very heavy. Also, where the merchandise increase or the more expensive, just the time and the people to was able construct social clothes, the economies and cultures. Why is it the option of some politicians about wars after 9/11? The political help to increase to racism discrimination, not just the Muslim, also the American immigrants, so affect that the economy have recovery most flaws very liberal that is they pushed all four became the normally. Continue, Dayan, please.
Hello, I am Dayan Sanchez Arias. First, had Americans overcome the 9/11 events? The Americans had to build a new World Trade Center after terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001. Although many New Yorkers were heavily traumatized by the unfortunately events. They try to get on with themselves lives, but in their memory are the lost lives of innocent people. Second, are Americans still concerned about terrorist threats? For a long time, people who physically resemble terrorists were detained and deported on suspicion. There was a lot of mistrust with immigrants. Americans were scared after 9/11. They don't want something like this to happen again. They took restrictions to enter their country that last over time. They prepared for war and for a long time. They were in the Middle East looking for the culprits of the terrorist attacks. Three, how have Muslims and Americans' lives changed after the 9/11 events? After these attacks, Americans looked at Muslims of or Arabs as terrorists. They were discriminated against and marginalized by what happened, and their community was attacked. Americans said many ugly things to Muslims. Many Arabs were arrested and many families separated. They were afraid to go out on the street. This was difficult. Raising the Arabs but living in the USA was afraid of being attacked. 4. What is the American government doing to reduce the threat feelings of the community? The American government decided to send illicit country military to attack the terrorists, who were supposed to be the Taliban, who destroyed the World Trade Center. But in these confrontations, a lot of innocent blood they was shed. Many American families continued to lose their children on his battle to end the culprits. 5. What is the opinion of some politicians about war after 9/11? The politicians decide to attack Iraq to loot for the terrorists, but it wasn't what they expect, only to attack and obtain the victory to return home. With the support of this war, a lot of money, it was lost and they realized that despite being in the middle of two oceans, their national security was violated. Uh, just a classmate.
Is my turn?
Yes, Alejandro.
All right. Hello, my name is Diego Alejandro. This is my answer. Number one, half American were the events of September 11th. The answer is they not have been able to overcome that memory since it marked the history of country and all of people who live in it. A, a bitter memory that over time will close the scars, but will always remember in the memory, and a day in which the people who died in that day are commemorated. Number two, are Americans still concerned about terrorist threats? The answer is, despite everything that happened, Americans are looking for a way to forgive the past, but they can restrict in security, immigration, and everything that could be something increased for the country. Number three, how have the musician, and American changed after the events of September 11th? The answer is, migration was made more strict, where entering the United States is not so easy. There are more late laws aware Muslims have higher expectation if they have entered to the United States, which is no longer as easy for them as some years ago. Number Question number 4. How has the list of Muslims on America changed after the events of September 11? The answer is the list changed enough of the social racism and xenophobia, where families live in a fear going out of the street, freely expressing where they were from with the fear of being accused of attack of manufacture their lives were affected. And the question number 5 is, what is the opinions of politicians of the was answered in 911? The answer is the police and law were seen more affected and the economy decreased due to the fact that elections were involved, since racism wanted to spread by the xenophobic ideology as politicians were the self-interest of the politician dominate and there were representation in many ways. That's all. Who's the next? And thank you.
Continue, please, Stephanie.
Hi, my name is Estefany Valencia. One question. Have Americans overcome the 9/11 events? Some Americans say it is time to hell a try to move past it because it has been 20 years. Also, some survivors comment that this is the first time they are returning to the site of what happened on September 11, 2001, and mothers of the deceased express the pain goal never is for me as a mother. Our lives shine so much than they. Anytime is hard. Two questions. Are Americans still concerned about terrorists? Terrorism has been the number one concern of Americans. Is this runs pollution the way affects everyday life. The closure of schools, bars, and other tourist sites have denied their security. Three questions. How have pardon, how have Muslims and American lights shine after the 9/11 events? The rise of Islamophobia in the United States and Muslims become a target of discrimination, prejudice, and discrimination. Americans have since been overcome by happiness, uncertain and distrust of their neighbors. Each shine the countenance and the way of seeing things of it in a virus. They are more attended to the people around than a can their distance for criminals and immigrants. Fourth question. What is the American government doing to reduce the terror feelings on the community? The United States government is stronger of the September 11, 2001 event and the current one have been responsible for encouraging prejudice, mistrust, and discrimination against their nationalities and Muslim faith. 5 question. What is the opinion of some politicians about war after 9/11? President George Bush use the drones to carry out lethal strikes to eliminate terrorist targets, also caused civilian casualties and was condemned by human rights advocates. Donald Trump also banned Muslims from entering the United States with these acts. They have managed to encourage American to racism and discrimination against Muslims and any immigrant.
The finish?
Eh,
Yes.
Okay.
This,
Thanks, classmates.
this is all for today. Thank you very much, Oxford, for your participation.
Thank you, Pedro. Thank you, Alejandro. Thank you, Stephanie.
Okay, thank you a todos.
This is recording video for English 3 magazine.